Hello, parents, rising ninth grade students, and rising ninth grade students to Leesville Road High School. My name is Eric Green. I'm the Dean of Students here at Leesville, and just wanted to share with you this short PowerPoint presentation just to go over some of the main topics and the main information you need to know about selecting classes for your student's ninth grade year. So navigating ninth grade, moving to high school is a big transition process. If this is your first student in high school, we know it can be a little bit confusing, sometimes a little stressful, but know that we are here to support you in every way that we can. We have a large student services team with many years of experience to help you navigate this process and ensure that your student has a good ninth grade year and a good high school career. Just a little information about Leesville High School. We are on what's called a block schedule. This means that students take 4 classes first semester and then 4 different classes second semester. They get a full credit for each class. Each class runs about 85 minutes in length. So when they're registering for classes, they're going to select 8 classes. They are selecting for the entire school year. They pick their 8 primary classes as well as alternates, and the computer will work on making their schedule over the summer. We don't actually start making schedules until July, so there's no rush to register earlier or get this done earlier. We have a process in place that has worked for many years. So once they select their 8 classes and their 5 alternates, then we can go from there. Wake County does have a open enrollment policy, which means students can take any class they wish to. Honors, AP, etc., as long as they have met the prerequisite for the class. We do encourage students and parents to follow the recommendations of their current 8th grade teachers, whether that be in a public school, private charter, or if you're a homeschool. Please keep in mind the strengths of your student in regards to what level of course they do take. These are the basic graduation requirements for any student in North Carolina. Every student needs English 1, 2, 3, and 4. They take one of those each year. They don't double up on those. They take Math 1, 2, 3, and a 4th math after Math 3. And there are several math classes that are after Math 4 that meet the graduation requirement. And this also depends on what your students' post-secondary plans are. If they're planning to go to college, then there are specific ones that they should take to best prepare them for college and to meet minimum admission requirements. Students must take 4 social studies courses: world history, civic literacy, American history, and then an economics and personal finance class. They must take 3 sciences: earth science, biology, and a physical science. And physical science can be either the class called physical science, chemistry, or physics. They do need a credit in health and PE, and most students take that in their freshman year. And then the rest of the classes are up to them. They have a wider range of electives to pick. So over the course of 4 years, students can get 8 credits a year. That means they'll have 32 credits by the time that they graduate. They only need 26 to meet graduation requirements, so there is some room in there if something happens and they need to repeat a class, etc. There is room for them to do that. So bottom line is, out of the 32 credits they can attain, half of them are their choice. One half are required courses, the other half are up to them, which gives them a lot of freedom on what they would like to explore while at high school. These are some typical selections for ninth graders: English, math, world history. Students either take earth science or biology, depending on their math level. Health and PE, and then they can choose some electives to fill out their schedule. When choosing electives, the computer Power School, how it works is it does schedule seniors first, so they do get preference on some of the more popular electives. But don't be disheartened by that. Freshmen usually get most of what they pick for electives. If not, they can plan to take it the next school year. Here's a sample ninth grade schedule just to help better emphasize the block scheduling. You can see for first semester, this student might have English, health and PE, honors biology, and this day they're doing band. And then second semester, they would have world history. They wanted to start their foreign language, and they have their math class second semester. And then band was an example is a year-long class. Band is one of the 2 or 3 classes that students usually take the whole school year. Those are band, usually orchestra, and sometimes students wish to take chorus for the whole year, but that's not required.
So in regards to selecting classes, rising ninth graders from public schools in the Wake County system will pick classes and register with their current 8th grade counselor, and then all of that information is forwarded up to the school over the summer. If you're a rising ninth grader from a charter, private, or homeschool, you will first need to complete the online enrollment process, which can be found on the school's website. After completing the online process, you will be contacted by our staff to set up a time to come up and bring up the remaining paperwork to the school. At that time, you will select classes for your student with one of the counselors. Any questions about enrollment can be directed to Mr. Green, Dean of Students, at egreen@wcpss.net.
Now, this is a question we get sometimes, should I do academic or honors? As I mentioned earlier, Wake County has an open policy, so if you want to take honors levels in everything, then that is your choice. Just need to keep in mind that for honors classes, especially in high school, you need to make sure that you have a good work ethic, that you're very motivated, you're a good independent learner, good time management skills, and be willing to put in the extra work that's probably needed in an honors level course. Then you want to keep overall balance. Life is all about balance. You don't want to overwhelm yourself because you need to do other things as well. You need to have fun. You need to maybe play a sport, be something in the arts. Have a good balance in your life. Don't be so overwhelmed by your course load that you don't enjoy the other things in a high school setting.
Students take an English class every school year, 4 classes over the course of their high school career, 1 per year. Again, the options for English 1, students may elect to take regular or honors. If your student is in the A, B, or high C range and did well on the EOG in the public middle school, then we encourage them to take English 1 honors. If they are in the C or D range and maybe perhaps struggle with English a little bit, then we suggest that they take the regular level of English 1.
These are the options for science, and the science department chair has a good video here on the options for science. You can listen to her video presentation, and that will help you make some choices about which science course to take.
These are the options for 9th grade social studies. All freshmen take world history. We have 3 different levels: world history, honors world history, and AP world history. AP stands for advanced placement, which means that class is a college level course that is taught in high school, and students in that class are expected to sit for an AP exam that is given in May of the school year that can lead to potential college credit. There is a video here from our social studies department chair with further information about social studies options. Here are the options for 9th grade math, and this is dependent on what your student took in the 8th grade. So it's important for you to talk with your current teacher for your student about what math they feel they should take. The recommendations here are from our math department here at Leesville, and you can see the different options on this chart depending on your student's performance in 8th grade. You may also email the department chair here at Leesville, Miss Connie Barrow, and her email address is posted here with questions you may have about math placement for the 9th grade. World languages are again offered to freshmen at Leesville. World languages or credits in a world language are not required for graduation. They also are not required for entrance into a four-year public university in North Carolina, but they may be required at other schools. So you would need to check with your long-term plans to see what college you're applying to see if they require credits in world languages. At Leesville, we offer Spanish, French, and Latin. If you can click on the Here button on this slide, and it will take you to a good presentation from our world language department. Here is a listing of the electives we offer in our arts department. In the corner there in the left, there are links to each program we have in the arts, so I would encourage you to click on those. But as you can see, we have areas of dance, acting, behind the scenes, which is technical theater, visual art, band, chorus, and orchestra. Band and orchestra tend to be year-long classes. Students usually take those classes year-long, whereas the other classes are semester-only classes. But you can learn all you need to through the links there at the left. This is a listing of our career technical education classes available to freshmen. There's a wide array of classes from different areas where students can explore careers. Many of these classes also have a second level that students can take later in high school to further explore their career interest. A description of these classes is on the registration website for the high school. There's a PowerPoint there that lists every class that we teach at Leesville with a description of the classes. So you can go there to learn more about the different content of the classes listed here. These are the remaining electives that are offered to freshmen. We have a couple from the English department, one from social studies, and a couple of PE electives that freshmen can take in addition to their other classes they have chosen.
If your student is a special education student and they have an individual education plan, with public middle schools, often there is a transition meeting between the high school representative and the middle school on transitioning your student to the high school. Students here at Leesville will be either assigned a case manager once they're here, and they monitor their course selections, their progress, and oftentimes they teach the student if your student happens to have a curriculum assistance course. Questions about special education placement would need to be directed to Mrs. Christy Bass, and her email address is posted here on this slide.
This is a listing of the counselors and the other staff members of our Student Services Department. Students are assigned here at the high school by their last name. School counselors are 10-month employees, so most of the staff here are not available in the summer. I am here throughout the summer to answer any questions you may have. If you need assistance with enrollment over the summer, you will need to contact our school registrar, Mrs. Wetherington, as she is a 12-month employee as well. The counselors work with three main areas in high school with students: academics, social emotional, and college and career planning.
We welcome you to Leesville Road High School. It's a great place for your student to attend school, and we look forward to working with you, and please reach out to us with any questions that you may have.